off a phenomenal season, a CAA championship, NCAA tournament victory. Dukes are picked as favorites once again. Do you enjoy having the target on your back, and what are your goals for the team this year?
The target, it really doesn't mean anything to us. I mean, it's flattering because, everyone says that, you're picked to be the best team. But the pressure we put on ourselves, the expectation we put on ourselves is what really matters. And we understand that we want to be conference champions. We want to go to the NCAA tournament. We want to win games. And so that's what we strive for every day in practice. It's not that, they picked us preseason number one. We call that a paper champion. And we want to be the real champion at the end of the season. But it is flattering. We're going to go out. We're going to try to perform at a high level and try to win as many games as possible and become the best team that we can. And this year is no different. This year is no different. We want to try to build on our success we had last year. I thought last year we took monumental steps as far as our mentality. We have been there before. We've been to the NCAA tournament before without success. Last year, tasting that success a little bit, it's made us want more, but we understand what we have to do to create that. And I think this group is ready for that.
Of course, you lost Kirby Burkholder, Nikki Newman to graduation, and they were certainly very prominent. How are you going to get new players to step into some prominent roles like that?
Big shoes to fill. It really is. Those two kids have done so much for our program. They bled, they sweat, their tears for our program. It has been wonderful. And I think the biggest thing that they did, they passed that legacy on. They passed that mentality on. And we have the perfect kids to step into their roles, and when I say their roles, the roles of leadership. I think Precious could have been one of the top 3 players in our league last year, no question in my mind, but she deferred a lot to Kirby. And to be able to do that from such a talented player means that she's bought into the system. She's bought in, for the betterment of the team. You look at Jasmine Gwathmey. There's no way you can tell me that she wasn't one of the best 15 players in our league. You averaged 10.7 rebounds for a team that dominated the league. You should get some kind of accolade, but she didn't. She didn't because she really deferred to Nikki. And it just goes to show you their unselfish spirit, trying to do what's best for the team. Now it's their turn. It's their turn, and they've learned from the best, 2 of the best, and they're looking primed to come in and be special leaders for us, and they're going to do a wonderful job.
What is it that you like? What is it that others like to name her the preseason player of the year? About the floor game of Precious Hall.
She's explosive. I think what other coaches will say is she's explosive. She's very dangerous. She can shoot the long ball. She can take the ball to the hole. You foul her, she's going to shoot 85% from the free throw line. She's a competitor. What I'm going to say all those things, but I'm also going to say that the kid she loves basketball, eats, sleeps it, drinks it, wants to get better, major competitor. She's one of the strongest kids I've ever had. If anyone gets around her, she's going to get the ball. And I think that's where she's going to make a monumental step, because last year she wasn't known as a defender. Last year she was able to get away with not defending as much because Nikki would clean it up, because Jasmine Gwathmey would clean it up, because Toya Jiggets would step in and take a charge. This year we're going to depend on her to be a leader on the defensive end, and I think she's capable of doing that. And I think that's what's really going to separate her and make her an all-around player, which can be a player of the year caliber type player.
Hosting UCLA at the Convocation Center, facing Maryland on a neutral court in the San Juan shootout. What does it mean, first of all, to have the Bruins come to Harrisonburg, and really your caliber of competition outside of the CAA?
That's what we strive for. Wendy Larry, set the precedent, for me, for our program, and what she used to do, years back. And I thought it was great. And I think everyone has to get their program to that level where they're comfortable in doing that. And I think we're there, and not only are we going out and playing these teams, we're playing these teams and we're beating some of these teams. Last year we had success. We beat the University of Virginia. We beat UCLA last year. We beat St. John's. We beat University of Pittsburgh. And we beat them by double digits. And so I think our program is at that point where we can play these caliber of teams. And if nothing else, it's going to prepare us. It's going to prepare us for the rugged CAA play. And that's what last year did for us. We went into CAA play. We were very comfortable. We were very comfortable playing against a high caliber team in very tough environments. And I think it just really prepared us, and it enabled us to have one of the better years that I've ever been associated with in my career. But I think this year is the same. I think having UCLA, they have the #1 recruiting class in the country. they're coming to the Convocation Center, and we're not going to sneak up on them. You know, we beat them last year by double digits. Their coaches are fully aware of who we are, what we're capable of. I don't know if they understand what the Convocation Center is all about yet, but I think it's going to be a tremendous atmosphere for women's basketball. We're very fortunate to have it. We're very fortunate to get Maryland on a neutral court. You know, it's one thing to play in Maryland at the Comcast Center. It's another thing to get them on a neutral court, and I think it gives us an opportunity to go out and to make a splash and try to get those wins that are going to enable you to get good seeding in the NCAA tournament. Yes, we want to make the NCAA tournament, but we want to get a good seeding because we've had a taste of victory and really it's favorable matchups. And if we can get a good seed because we play good teams and beaten some good teams, then it's well worth it for our program.
With the JMU success last year on the national level, recent success of Drexel and Delaware on the national level as well, do you feel like the reputation of the CAA, and you can certainly look at it throughout the course of your coaching, is the reputation continuing to evolve? Is it getting better each and every year?
Well, I don't know if it's getting better. I know that if you look at the people who may want to make the polls or, you know, who are, you know, putting people in the NCAA tournament, I don't know if it's as strong as it should be. I think we might be, you know, the most underrated conference. If you ask our peers, they understand. You know, if you ask our peers, do you want to go play James Madison? You know, even if you're a BCS, you know, level program, a lot of them will be hesitant. Do you want to go play Delaware? A lot will be hesitant. Do you want to go play Drexel and play against their system? A lot of them will be very hesitant because of the respect. Because of the respect of our league, we just need to go out as a conference, and we need to go and play the better teams. We need to go and beat the better teams in order for us to get the national recognition that I think we deserve. Because, you know, we have monumental wins, as you mentioned. You know, we were runner-up for the WNIT championships a few years back. The next year, Drexel actually won it. Delaware went on a run, and, you know, they went to the Sweet 16 behind Elena Deladon. And we won a game on the national scene last year, beating a very good Gonzaga team. So we're a very good conference. We just need to step up and make the necessary noise on a national level.
Thank you very much, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you, Kurt.